favorite twin doctors, Dr. I and Dr. J, are back with the answers to your health questions. Good morning, guys. Got Dr. J in-house, and Dr. I, you're in St. Croix, I guess, per usual. Paradise. Okay. Let's kick things off. We were talking about rice before we went to break. So true or false, when it comes to rice, brown rice is always the healthier alternative. I'm going to say true just because I'm hoping it's true because I've had the brown rice this week.
I love brown rice, and that is kind of true, but for the purposes of this question, it is false. So brown rice usually is the healthier alternative. Brown rice is brown because it has the germ, which is rich in nutrients, micronutrients, vitamins, and it has a husk, which is rich in fiber. So all good things, right? But there was a study that came out recently that found that brown rice has more arsenic in it than white rice. Now, most people think like arsenic. I didn't know arsenic was in rice at all, right? But the thing is, arsenic does occur naturally in the environment because of rainwater and runoff. It's going to accumulate in the soil, and it's going to get into anything that's in the soil. Brown rice, because of that germ and because of that husk, has more arsenic in it. And so arsenic is a carcinogen. Arsenic can cause birth defects. It can cause learning delays. Now, that doesn't mean don't eat brown rice, okay? It means change it up. Eat some brown rice, eat some white rice, eat some couscous, get different grains. But while usually healthier, brown rice does have more arsenic in it.
Okay, so when we're at a restaurant and they're giving you a choice, should we always go with white if that's the case? No.
No, brown is definitely healthier. Just don't always go with brown.
Okay.
Have a little rice from time to time.
Got it.
Have a little white from time to time.
Okay, good to know. Hey, true or false, getting one CT scan increases your lifetime risk for cancer more than drinking alcohol does. I gotta say false to that.
You would like to think that's false, but it's absolutely true. So
one CT scan in your life?
Yes. So when we think of things that cause cancer, we think about alcohol, we think about smoking, we think about obesity. CT scans cause more cancer in this country every year than alcohol. Alcohol is responsible for about 100,000 per year. CT scans, 103,000. And the scary thing is this: 1 out of every 3 CT scans is not medically necessary. So people are getting CT scans they don't even need, and they're leading to cancer.
That's scary. I had multiple when I was pregnant with my daughter.
And what I normally tell people is, ask your doctor, do I really need the CT scan? Because like I said, 1 out of 3, not necessary. Number 2, can I do something without radiation, thermography, ultrasound, MRI? Number 3, if I have to get the CT scan, can you do what they call a low-dose protocol? They basically can change the machine settings so that they still get good enough images to see what they need to see. But less radiation.
I got an MRI.
Oh, MRI.
Okay.
CT scan and pregnant. Yeah, MRI.
I was like, okay, tell me that this is not. Okay. Okay, good. CT scan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about marriage. True or false? Being married increases your risk for dementia. I'm going to say false to that, just because of the community aspect.
So this was actually true-ish, okay? Now, some people are probably surprised because there were studies that came out recently. There were studies that came out recently that said being married reduced your dementia risk, right? About a couple of years ago, these studies came out. And the thought was that, like you said, Markie, that community aspect, you have that physical, that emotional, that cognitive interaction, right? That it would reduce the risk of dementia. But a study came out recently that said just the opposite, that it increases the risk of dementia. The thought is, and it's kind of actually for the same reason, like you have somebody that's with you all the time, right? And so if you start to have some decline, they're going to notice it earlier than if you're by yourself. But also married people go to the doctor more often. And so it's usually caught at an earlier stage. So it's not so much that marriage is going to increase your risk of dementia, but being married, having that community, someone's going to catch it earlier, and you're seeing the doctor more often, and they're going to catch it earlier. Long story short, don't get married, don't get divorced for dementia risk,
Okay.
But just see the doctor and be active.
Yeah. You got somebody keeping you accountable.
Somebody
saying,
keeping you
okay,
accountable.
honey. Yeah.
Men just want to forget.
Time to go to the doctor. Got it. True or false? Smelling a fresh pizza right out of the oven can reduce stress and anxiety. I'm going to say true.
That's true.
That.
Let me tell you, 20 years in medicine.
I can't even smell it, but just like,
if you smell it,
because I was born without a sense of smell, but just the look of a pizza.
Well, the look, let me tell you, and the look and the smell. And so this is one thing I've learned after 20 years in medicine: pizza fixes everything.
Right?
Everything.
It's the panacea.
It's the panacea for, there you go. And so the thing is this: when we smell things, the part of our brain called the limbic system helps us to process smell. The limbic system also plays a role in memory and emotions. And so when you smell something that's pleasant, you know how you you don't know because you can't smell. But
I don't
most
know,
people,
but
when they smell
I'll imagine.
it brings back all of these memories, right? Because the part of the brain that plays a role in memory plays a role in smell. Same thing, it also makes you feel happy if it's a nice smell because part of the brain that plays a role in smell plays a role in emotions. And so they did a study that shows that smelling fresh pizza decreases your stress by 40%.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.